Capricorn, let's do a current energy check-in for you. We are coming to the end of this eclipse season portal, so October for you really has been transformative. This is about bigger themes emerging in your world, new beginnings, but also things coming to an end of an era. The Sun card energy. So this has been what's coming through for you at the beginning of the month of October, even you may say a little bit beyond that, a little further back. It did come up out in its reversal. So that's to suggest that, meanwhile, good things are really happening for you. There's no denying that these are some of the best days of your life, perhaps. But with the reversal of this energy, we're going to have to find out what's been hampering that. You feel like something has been spoiling things. Things are really good, you can't deny, good things are happening, and you're getting a lot of what you wanted and blessings, and you're feeling more than content, I would say. But there is something that's obviously a little bit deeper at play here, and I'll pull more cards and figure out what this is. But you might be looking back at this time and saying like, well, yeah, that was really good recently, but something has spoiled it just a touch maybe. The Tower card is the energy also in reverse at the moment that came through for the middle part of October and perhaps that first eclipse. The eclipse on the 14th of the month was a solar eclipse in the sign of Libra, and this is about some sort of a shift that took place. Now, as we know, the Tower card, the shifts that happen in the Tower card energy aren't always the most comfortable. So this could have been something that has rocked your world. In reversal, it's not something that takes us completely off guard all the time. A lot of the times in the reversed Tower energy, we see this coming. We haven't acted on something. We didn't make the necessary change ourselves. We left it on the long finger. We procrastinated. We went into avoidance on this. And the Tower has its way of doing things that we're not able to do for ourselves oftentimes. So with the reversed energy, although the mid-month could have been shaky for you or even disruptive, or you weren't sure about what ways things were going to play out for you in a circumstance, there might be a part of you that isn't fully shocked about this and in fact might have even seen this coming. The King of Wands is what you have coming out towards the end of October, and you are emerging into November in this King of Wands energy. Again, this guy came out in reverse. So the shadow side of the King of Wands, we have to look at that as well as the benevolent leadership role, the strong commanding presence. There's a little bit of jealousy here in the reversal, and there's a bit of domination, bossiness, and the tendency to be aware of perhaps even bullying in your world right now, strong arming. I don't know if this is you, Capricorn, or you're kind of on the receiving end of this strong force. It's quite dominant, and to the point that, like, if you're in a vulnerable place after this Tower card in reverse where shit hit the fan mid-month, you might be more susceptible to being strong-armed or pushed around a little bit. Conversely, you may have really rocked somebody's world this month and taken them by surprise, called the shots, and it's coming from a place of like, I guess, you know, your expectations not been met, and this should have been better. You might be kind of saying like, this should have been a lot better, and you have the bar set really high, and you maybe overreacted, you may say, and then there was this tendency to kind of like double down, if not triple down. But we'll figure out what's really going on here underneath it all as we pull some more cards to clear it up. Let's go into an archetype card now, just to see what you've been working with around this eclipse season energy. Like I'll say in all my eclipse season videos, they are a time when things are significant in our life, when things are happening, even if it's not always very obvious. I think for a lot of Capricorns watching, there will be the obvious nature of things shifting, being begun, tearing down, constructing, reconstructing, things changing, things being more volatile even. They're really there to serve a higher purpose, the eclipses. They're really there to align us with what's in our highest and best. And sometimes, yes, they can kind of seem to force us, or at least be the catalyst for a rerouting, or for us to take a direction that we may not have ordinarily took. But then when we look back, we're like, oh, this makes sense. This was for the best. This led to this opportunity, or this taught me this. Let's look at the archetype that you've been embodying, or that has been working alongside you at this time in your life. And then we're going to pull some more cards from the tarot. The Mother. Okay, so this is the very first card of the entire archetype. So the archetype deck, I should say. So, you know, for me, then that kind of is meaning something, right? That's meaning like you're at the very beginning of the journey. Something is being born for you. Something really is being born from the chaos and crisis and catharsis of the kind of volatility and intensity. Here we go, opened it right on the page that we needed to. Something has been born from that for you, Capricorn. So let's go into this. The Great Mother, the Feminine, the Source. We begin our archetypal story with the Mother's love. Through her sensual, fertile, and life-giving energy, all creation takes form. Regardless of our birth story, each of our hearts beat for the first time in the warm womb of the Mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of our own. Yet her tale is not so simple, as the Mother contains both light and dark aspects of the yin energy. With the best of intentions, the Mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what she is meant to set free. The Mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives, yet clings. She creates, yet restricts. So amid this complex energy, the Mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. So for some of you, you have had challenges this month around the relationship with your own mother, perhaps the relationship between even you and somebody you love, your children, somebody that you cling to very strongly, and at the same time, you know, you can fall into the shadow of, I guess, controlling tendencies. That's the King of Wands in reverse, controlling, fixated, limiting, domineering. But then in the light aspect of this, you're glowing, you know, that's the Sun card, glowing, generative, creative, and nurturing. You're trying to find a balance at the moment right now, Capricorn. I think sometimes when things seem to be out of our hands and kind of beyond our control, that can be when we go to try and control things, control people even, which is like perhaps why all these energies are coming out in reverse right now. There is a little bit of block around you this month around what would be the healthy expression of these archetypes. And for some of you, you feel like you're learning the hard way. Let's have a look. No doubt there have been blessings for you recently. Even in the reversal, the Sun card is one of the most positive and buoyant cards of the whole deck. So let's look deeper into that. We're looking at the Sun card in reverse. This is the past energy. It could be late September, it could be the beginning of the month of October. Good things have been happening. There's no doubt about it. You feel that you're blessed, you're lucky, that this is wonderful, that there's a bit of like, yeah, luck on your side, but something is spoiling it for you. And I think we should first look at what the kind of blessings are, but then what's hampering this. There's a leaf in my way, sorry about that. Capricorn, now would be a great time to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. That'd be really great, thank you. The Page of Pentacles, upright. The Ace of Pentacles, upright. Okay, so the Chariot is what's coming up in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay, right, let's look at this for a second. the experiences you've been having have been confirmation, affirmation, opportunity, doing something about what's coming your way. If you notice, there is a Page of Pentacles here holding a nice pentacle. There's also a hand reaching out from the ether, gifting a big pentacle, a big shiny opportunity, something around, something solid. It's earth energy, so some sort of an investment, something tangible, something lucrative, something that you're happy to pour your resources into. That doesn't just have to be money, but it would be remiss if I didn't say that Ace of Pentacles is related to earthly exchange like money and things like that, but also your time, your focus, your mind. Like, we have only a limited amount of like brain bandwidth that we can take in information or that we actually care to learn about. And your blessings have been coming through in ways that you are happy to be guided, happy to learn things. What could be hampering this a little bit is the Chariot in reverse. I have my bully card here too, the Five of Swords. Being bullied, being forced, being made feel like you're not calling the shots, that could be a little bit of a dampener. The Chariot in reversal also could spell like some car trouble recently, or like breakdowns, your car not working well, being overcharged for repairs. That stuff could be coming up, and that's like hampering a little bit of thing about your blessings and like spoiling things. But overall, no, I feel like the Sun card is just as positive right now for you, that recently things have been really good, opportunities to learn, opportunities to start something not brand new, but there is a novice energy with the Page of Pentacles. Start to understand, start to learn, start to have new experiences, start to take tentative steps towards a bigger project. And it's very much in alignment with you. The Ace of Pentacles is a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity financially. It's a great opportunity to feel like you're doing something meaningful, purposeful, useful, very practical. And I love just the imagery of both people, or we can't see both people in full, but we're seeing hands holding something here, holding something. This is yours, this belongs to you, and it's meant for you. The Page of Pentacles speaks to new experiences, but it's beginning, so it's tentative steps. And the Ace of Pentacles is the reward that comes from venturing out and learning about this. You have to learn a lot at the moment. The only thing I could say then is like maybe Capricorn, like the spoiler or what seems to just dampen the mood here a little bit for you around this blessing is like there's still a lot to learn, and maybe you're just a bit impatient. For others, some sort of car trouble, some sort of vehicle trouble. The Five of Swords. For others though, like somebody has kind of bullied you into a situation, or you feel that you were forced into something. I'm going to go deeper into these energies in the extended reading. I'll link that below. And as well as that, in our extended reading, I'm going to look at love, relationships, spiritual purpose, career and money more specifically, one by one. But for now, let's move on. I'll link the extended down below, and if this reading resonates with you, head over to my Patreon to check out what comes next. Okay, so the Tower in reverse could have been around the eclipse mid-month, something shocking, something derailing, something that came out of left field. And for others, it was shocking and annoying, and I wouldn't say catastrophic, but you are like, knew this was going to happen if I left it any longer, or I saw this one coming, and that's kind of a kicker as well. And it doesn't have to be necessarily the moment of the eclipse on the 14th, but anywhere around the mid part of the month, I think. The Four of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. For a lot of you, there was a real sense of, a lack of stability or sureness mid-month. Maybe you didn't fully know what way things were going to go. This could have happened like around the 8th of the month, the 7th, 8th. Pluto went stationary direct. So anywhere between like the 6th, 7th of October to like the 14th, 15th of October was kind of a more volatile time in the collective, of course, and in our own personal lives, where things were kind of falling apart almost. And for a lot of you, you didn't really know what way things were going to go there. And especially then concerning your material resources. So this is another pentacle in this person's hand, but there is a reversal here. So it's almost like this could fall right out the bottom of this card here. So there was something about you not having a firm grip on things anymore. Both of these king energies in reverse coming up in your reading, Capricorn, this would be starting to say like you're starting to doubt yourself this month. You're starting to doubt your like level of ability, your confidence is being knocked somehow. What started off so strong this month, so sure, even if a part of you subconsciously doubted this all along, because that could be what the Sun card was in reverse, you know, everything seemed really good, everything seemed very promising, and it probably is, and it probably still is, and that's obvious to you now, but a part of you knew that there was something that was going to catch you out here, or that hadn't fully shown itself yet. And I think deep down you knew that, but maybe you didn't know how, or you consciously weren't aware of why, or the kind of intricate details. But something in your gut, I think, was telling you that, I'm not so sure about this. Something could fall through, something could go wrong, or something could catch me by surprise. And for some of you, you were caught by surprise, and it's given you a lot to think about. Maybe some of you are still thinking about that, and you are really needing some time to reflect on what's happened here. The kings in tarot are corresponding to the number 4 in reverse. That would show the kind of lack of stability. 4 of Swords in reverse. 4 is a very stable number. It's very much around manifestation and something coming to be into permanence and some sort of a fixed nature. The thing that's happening this month though, it's very touch and go, isn't it? So you're sort of feeling like, you know, this could go either way still. And it's something that you really wish was very sure, very secure for you. And at the moment, well, at least during the midpoint of this month, the eclipses were still doing their thing, where, you know, things were still very much up in the air. And it's difficult because when it comes to your confidence and your spirit, that's kind of being jeopardized in a way, or at least tested would be a better word to use, tested. And the King of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, and my finances, my energy, like my resources, my time, like that's being tested here too. So the eclipses are doing their thing, okay, it seems. Let's have a look then further into this month ahead. Moving into October, the eclipse is on the 28th of October, the final eclipse in Taurus, which is going to be wrapping up a 1.5-year cycle that began in 2001, November 2021. A cycle began in an area of your life. This October 28th, that cycle is culminating. Sometimes with quite a high point or a reward. Sometimes it'll just feel like a quite obvious closing ceremony to you. And then we'll move into what looks like, you know, the energy that you start November with even. Let's look at the King of Wands in reverse. We're seeing obsession here, jealousy, dominating, the 6 of Cups coming through, and the Queen of Cups. Well, it's nice to see some cup energy coming through here now, and 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck to show me where there is a lot of blessings for you this month, especially towards the end of the month and leading into November. It's in your relationship sector. It's in the harmony and love that you share with people in your life. That is such a blessing to you at this time. There is a lot of connection as you enter the month of November. There is a connection to family, to home, to the living situation, to pouring your heart and soul into what really matters. And sometimes when we feel envy or jealousy, It's okay. That's only like a shadow frequency if we deny it and repress it. Actually, we can like openly say like, you know, buddy, I really wish I had what you had. It's so inspiring to me and I'm really happy for you. I can't deny that I'm jealous of that sometimes, but that really just motivates me to strive for that equivalent, you know, whatever it is, you know, something equivalent to that, something similar to that. When it becomes shadow, we kind of like repress it and we kind of cast the evil eye on the person that we're jealous of, whether we know it or not. And that's a kind of that's just a difficult frequency to be in, because it kind of like limits us then, and we project onto our own future experiences. Yeah, that's like messy, toxic stuff, right? So it's good to just be healthy and honest and say like, I want that. I feel envious, and that envy to me is a clear signature for me to validate that I want this. So if there is certain things like coming up around your family or relationships, families, loving experiences that you want more of in your life, November seems like a really good month for you to invite in the kind of loving experiences that you truly want, the ones that you've always wanted, Capricorn. Like, this is the mother and child energy. This is the past. This is your roots. This is where you've come from. So what have you always dreamt of in that realm? What did you always long for? Cast your mind back to those childhood years, teenage years, when dreaming and fantasizing about a future. I don't know if it's a white picket fence for everybody, or I don't know if it's anything like that, even anything of the sort, but we all did have some sort of a kind of fantasy when we were younger about what maybe a happy, fulfilled home and loving situation would look like for us one day. And you're kind of you're really able to see what that would look, what you would like maybe. From that, yeah, it's, you know, if that doesn't make sense right now, that's totally fine. But basically what I can see is like home, living, family, love, commitment, trust and surrender becomes really easy for you towards the end of the month and going into November. It's a very focal part of your world. Commitment, agreement, seeing eye to eye, understanding, and yeah, family, seeing your friends, seeing your family, seeing people from the past, seeing friends. That's all really good. As far as the King of Wands in reversal, there's a couple things that could be. Somebody in your world, you're pretty obvious, it's pretty obvious to you, they have the evil eye on you. And that happens, we're all guilty of that. That's when we are basically like stewing in our kind of jealousy, and when we're not making that part of ourselves, when we're just denying it and being kind of hateful towards people. That could be happening to you right now. There could be people watching from the sidelines who, you know, want this, who wouldn't want this, and you know, you're kind of just like, might be unaware of that, and all you can do is just kind of like, I don't know, you just kind of say like, stay in your own lane, be grateful, and be thankful for the protection you have and the blessings that you have. And that's all you can really do about that. Conversely, there might be a really happy signature playing out in someone's life around you, dream come true kind of things, and you can't help but feel a sort of flash of envy, a trigger bringing you towards this place of jealousy within yourself. I want that. Okay, good. So you can make that happen for yourself. If you can imagine that happening, you can take the steps towards doing that. Mother is coming up in a huge way. Do you need to give your mom a call? Is that even possible? Is there something that you can do to invite some healing into that relationship this month? They're just questions. They may not really resonate, but yeah, we'll go into this deeper, into the extended, okay? Let's leave it at that, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great month ahead. Bye.